Low.
What up?
How you feeling, bro?
Oh man, one day at a time, bro. One day at a time.
Yeah, man. You know, I just feel humility from the fan base. You know what I mean?
Man, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go live in Alaska and don't want it to be cold, right?
Yeah.
There's some people live in Alaska and say, it's cold. Well, you living in Alaska.
Right. Yeah. So I sense from you basically we not dodging the reality, right?
Nah, we not, man. We just gonna have to buy some jackets, some coats, you know what I'm saying? Buy some thermals and just get it going. That's what man's supposed to do. We're supposed to figure out ways, solutions. You either cry about it and do nothing about it, or you can try to figure it out.
Exactly. And I would say, man, it's a time to cry. You know, I give you a minute, right?
Yeah.
Because it's also obviously a balance where we don't want to be, and I know you're not saying this, but you know how it is. You know, as men, sometimes you can't cry.
You gotta shake that off, man.
But you gotta shake it off. But you can't cry too long, and you better cry by yourself.
One of the favorite movies. You know, I'm always a movie guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember Ray Charles when it came out? Jamie Foxx was playing that movie, and it was at that point when he started to lose his eyesight, and his mom was like there.
Yeah.
And he kept bumping into stuff because he could barely see.
Yeah.
And she knew that eventually he was going to go completely blind.
Right.
So one day he fell out of the bed and he had to go walk to the kitchen. He couldn't see anything. He was just crying. Mama saw him crying, but she said, "You're going to have to get up. You're going to have to figure this out. You can't just sit there and cry. Nobody going to feel sorry for you. Nobody going to have sympathy for you or empathy for you. You're going to have to figure it out."
Yeah.
And Cowboy fans, you bump your toe, your knee, you're going to yell and cry. But at some point, you're going to have to get over it. You can't just be crying for 365. You're going to have to get over it. Either you're going to continue to support this team, or you're going to run off and move. That's how I look at it, bro. How you look at it?
Man, what you saying is righteous. So, I mean, I agree with you 100%, bro. Like 1,000%. Yeah. I mean, and I always say as a cornerback, we've been trained to have short-term memories. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to dwell on anything too long. You know what I'm saying? It just, it's just not wise to me, you know? So, no, I agree with you, man. We got to get up. We got to move. And we got to get out the mud. And we got to get back to presenting solutions. It's just what you got to do.
Yeah, you got to figure out solutions, man. And move it on from there, bro. That's what we gonna do. That's what we do.
That's definitely what we gonna do. And that's what we always do. I'm excited to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we finna
and we gonna still, we gonna still call them out, ain't that right? All voices matter, you know.
You got to, and we will. It's accountability. It's all of it. So as always, we gonna give them that sauce. Let's go.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Hey, Law.
Yeah.
What up?
Go change your title.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
Count that too, count it up.
Yeah.
Count it up.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
Right.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the same. Got blues inside.
2 weeks after.
Greens and pinks and some.
What's 2 weeks?
2 weeks after shoes. Let's put 2 weeks on that, bud.
Hey man, hey.
No.
We gotta do what we gotta do, bro.
Hey, man, we still playing while it's in the air, man.
Hey, it's sometimes like that, man. Balls fumble.
Man, talk to me about it.
Yeah, it's life, bro. What you say? Gotta get up though.
I did an episode one time with 3 dots. That's the title. I couldn't come up with one. I didn't put just 3 dots. Because it said you got to put something in there. I just put 3 dots up there.
Oh man, how did it work?
Dude, that video did numbers, man. It messed YouTube up. YouTube was like, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
You see how I'm tripping, bro? I'm still hitting the wrong buttons,
man,
bro. You see?
It's all good. I'll be foot's the law.
Right.
Foot's the king.
All right, man. So we gonna start it off, if you don't mind, on something that I heard today from G-Bag Nation. When I always give them boys props because they do good work. It's one of my favorite shows too, bro. It ain't nothing wrong with saying that, bro. Like, you know, they have a great team over there, man. I like the work that they do. I really do. I can't say that about
all the time. I give them flowers, man.
Yeah. I can't say that for everybody, but I can say that about G-Bag for real. So y'all check this out.
She might be.
Yeah,
But she might be willing to take some risks.
You know, if Jerry Jones is pulling an Al Davis and really running the team at 81 years old, I could see arguments here. But I do believe this is Stephen Jones's team right now. And if Jerry's number one fault is handing it off to somebody that's ultra conservative that way, then go ahead and blame him. But
It's like an Adam Sandler movie.
But right now, I think the blame's going the wrong direction here myself.
So it needs to be Steven. Steven needs to be in the blame.
I think when you start to talk about when they don't want to change. They
Both are to
don't
blame.
want Bill Belichick walking in here or Jim Harbaugh walking in here and saying, we need to do this differently personnel-wise. I don't like the way we're doing this personnel-wise. You know, I don't like this. They don't want that. They don't want that. It's easy for them now. Mike's not going to get in their way about personnel. Mike's not going to get in their way and say, oh, well, you know, like I want him to go in there and say, hey, we need to do something different here. He's not. He's not going to do it different. It's totally comfortable for the way that these guys operate now.
It is.
They don't have anybody questioning their personnel moves. They get to draft. They get to sign players, their own players. They don't do things that the guy in Philadelphia does or people who are fighting for their jobs.
He cooking.
That's what this football team is.
Yeah.
They've handed it off from a guy who used to do crazy-ass things. And I was part of the crazy-ass things he did.
Heck yeah, you were.
You know, and you know what?
You
The
were a bad
crazy-ass
mofo.
I almost said that word there. The crazy-ass stuff will get you fired.
Yeah.
You know? But he
Keeping it
handed it
real.
off. And that's where we are now. That's where we are with this football team. They don't want to change because it's they could operate in the way that they're comfortable operating. You know? That's the problem. And it ain't Jerry. Jerry's just stepping back. He's 81 years old, but he still has all the titles and stuff. But he ain't in there rolling up his sleeves doing the nuts and bolts stuff. It's Stephen Jones doing this stuff.
Well, he's using his dad eyes instead of his businessman eyes. Okay, so that is Jerry's fault for not being objective about the crap job your son has done.
He's trying to hand on
not teaching son how to be a badass.
Well, that's you said it earlier. Stephen Jones pinned his dad up against the wall one time.
He did.
You know that I trust me.
I think he did it again, and this time he finished.
And you
the
get some of
job.
that fire back.
He left with dad's cojones the last time.
Well, they've got a general manager in place, and they've got a personnel director. Sorry, I'm not going to put you guys in this. I respect I respect Will McClay. I really, really
I do too.
I do too. And I think that you know, I think there's some things that maybe Will would want to do differently, but he understands what they're up against. Yeah. But he does not want change. None of those guys want change because change means they have to do things completely differently from what they've done before, which they've had success doing. Drafting. They draft really, really well. They occasionally sign a free agent that is, is kind of under the radar kind of guy that works out. They don't play the game that we used to play in the early 2000s, effing up this team. Signing guys, not working out, drafting poorly. That's where Jerry still is capable of doing that if you put him in charge.
That's good sports passion right there.
I was
going to
say,
say,
I feel like we need a
right
standing ovation, round of applause there for Russ. The passion, the ability to dodge the S-bomb there.
That is the problem, right?
Gotta clap it up for that. I gotta clap it up, man. Just shout out to Brian Brothers. What's your thoughts on that, man?
The fish still rots from the head down, and as above, so below. I get it. He's right. He's closer to the Cowboys than all of us, right. So he can clearly see that Stephen Jones is in the way of a lot of things, and I'm looking at it like I said it earlier today. They competing against each other. You got Jerry Jones with 2 shows a week. You got Stephen Jones with 2 shows a week. That's a lot of conversations out there. I recall that, that time Chris Shaw was chewing. I'm talking about chewing out the linebackers on the sideline. And Stephen Jones, when that radio station said, how do you like your coaches being animated like that on the sideline? And Stephen Jones said, we don't like that around here.
Yeah.
That's cutting the nuts off, man, from the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Because that's what coaches are supposed to do. When you mess up or when you slip and drop something, they supposed to chew you up and spit you out, pause, if that's necessary. But if it is a situation that they supposed to do that because you're supposed to have the fear of the coach, that's part of discipline.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Jimmy Johnson was the only guy that had passion in that last playoff game that we laid everything out there like an egg on the table and then dropped it, right? He was the only guy that said, hey, we can still win this game if they do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And he gave them fair and balanced and measured stuff, right?
Yeah.
And said that what they needed to do, and not one player heard it because they was all in the locker room listening to Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn talking about let's run it back with Nichols, So it is what it is, man. We need somebody that when they walk the floor move. I said this too, boss, and I know I'm long with my open soliloquy, but I got to say this.
It's just me and you right now. We take your time.
Okay. You remember this. The person with the loudest voice in the room that put the fear in everybody was Jimmy Johnson, and he's no more than 5'7", 5'8", small, shorter guy, right?
Right.
And everybody, even though they may look down to him, they look up to him.
Right.
Nick Saban had the same thing. Nick Saban is about 5'6", 5'5". When you walk through the room, everybody who even looking down to him, they still look up to him. You don't want to know why? Because of his presence and his mind and his wisdom and his understanding of the game. He moves like a serpent when he's ready to attack you.
Ooh.
You never know where he's gonna come from. You sit on down,
like
you listen.
Like a what?
He roars like a lion, moves like a serpent and roars like a lion. Moves in a small body.
Man, Law, you in the zone. Look, bro.
Sure, come on with it, man.
What?
The barbarian, yeah.
What?
The barbarian,
you remember them serpents on that Conan? Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna put this in the show, bro.
I gotcha. Yeah.
But keep going. Keep going.
So with all of that being said, man, these players, the major word is no accountability, man. And shout out to my guy, man, down there, Kelvin Gray Sports. He don't do a good job at all, y'all. He does a great job, by the way. He does a great job. He don't do a good job. He do a great job. And man, salute to my guy. We need to bring him back on so we can hear that.
Facts.
That beat that he had at Ether. Yeah, you remember that? You remember when he would go on ham? Kevin Gray.
Oh yeah.
Because he was spitting the truth.
Man,
the fact of the matter,
classic.
We need these things, man. That's a
that
second or third generation Cowboy fan right there.
Oh,
it's crazy, man. Just like my guy Bubba Dub says, Tom Landry rolling in his grave, trash, right? This team needs to figure out ways to get beyond that point, and I think it comes from above, man. Jerry Jones need to step back, and of course, John Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones need to step back too.
Man, it was so much to unpack with what Brian Broder said, man. So much, because I feared what he said too. That's, to me, that was the number one reason why they jumped at Mike McCarthy so fast. Two reasons is what they paying him, because they paying him very little. We got to also say that they paying him.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Keep going.
Oh yeah, his contract is under $5 million.
Okay.
He the second worst paid coach in the league right now. Shout out to Coach Marv.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Coach, man. Coach Marv, salute to you.
So, it's almost like, I ain't gonna get into that. The big thing I'm gonna talk about is how he was talking about they want to be comfortable, and he said with the draft, right?
Yeah.
So it's a situation where I've been saying, until we get serious of dealing with the culture of bastards versus sons, we go keep having these culture disappointments at the end of a season, right? So, but I do want to say something that's to me good news, Law.
What's that, bro?
This year, you can't depend on sons.
Oh, nah.
You don't have enough draft picks.
Yeah. Oh, you took it out of my mouth, man. Yeah.
That's good news. That's good news. We can be negative. We can complain about the Joneses, but sometimes their own hand is tied. And it's a good thing. You can't go into this draft saying, or this offseason saying, hey, we're going to go with our guys.
You can't.
You can't. It's impossible. So it's going to open up an opportunity, in my opinion, for Will McClay to work his magic and to actually be magical with less politics. Just because of the need, you traded away the guys you needed. You traded them, right? I ain't gonna say traded away the guys. You got guys for the picks, right? You got Gilmore fit. You got Cooks fit. Hankins a sixth. Trey Lance a fourth. You gave away the draft for last year, for the failed season, But now that's an opportunity. Like, for real, for everybody that been like, we need to go out there and get some free agents. You got to go get those guys now. It's just what you got to do. So, what's your thoughts on that, Law? Oh,
I got the list right here. So basically, we got 3 picks. Everything else you got to wheel and deal. Now you can package the second and the third to move up a little bit to get somebody that creme de la creme that you really, really want. Or you can look at it like this, that 5th and the 6th, maybe you can package that up and get back into the 4th round, or you keep your 3. But, relatively, you got 1, 2, 3 that valuable picks that you can utilize and use. 5th and 6th and 7th pick. Those things are just hope and seeds. So now,
those are comp picks and hopes.
Yeah, this is what it is right here, though. So I look at everything. This is a team that's built off of beta energy. You get what I'm saying? This is a team that's built off of beta energy, and they fear an alpha male that can go in there and say, hey, when I walk in, I get the utmost respect. When I say things, it's final. But when you have that beta energy, right, from the coaching staff, and they cut and they sully, remember we would call him Mike Unsullied Mike, right?
Unsullied Mike.
When they gild him and they cut the nuts off of him, you get this type of person that say, okay, let me check with boss first. Okay, let me check with boss first. Yeah, that's cool, but let me check with boss first. No, you need to sit down and say, hey, Pollard, you're not running through the split good enough. I need to pick up the phone and get somebody in here that we can gel together with. Dak Prescott, you threw into triple coverage. It was a turnover. I need to be able to spit. I need to be able to chastise you a little bit, because that's what That what made Aaron Rodgers grow, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people this, man, and I'm not trying to beat up Dak Prescott, and I'm not using him as the only person, but some of these wide receivers run bad routes. We need to see some spit coming out of either the player's mouth onto the players or the coaching staff to be doing on-job coaching. Right. Even on the defensive side, there's things called discipline that's without a flag. So if that's your responsibility to come down on fourth side and you didn't do that, then I need to see the coaches being able to coach and say, hey, you ran the wrong gap or you ran on the wrong side. You didn't come down the field. And those small things, if those things are not being held accountable, and then you will see those issues or mistakes on the field, then they never get corrected. And that's why you lead the team in penalties.
Yeah.
Because everybody beta. That's just what I'm seeing from my observation. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, though.
No, I think you're 1,000,000% right. And I'm going to say this, man. Everybody, man, we need to protect Brian Broaddus at all costs.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah, you got to protect Brian Broaddus, man, because he went into the weeds of what I really believe it is, man. And I said the same thing. I've done multiple shows on it. Look at this, Law.
Yeah.
Woo. And I'm talking about that's part 2, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. So obviously I've been talking about it for a minute. Because a lot of people like to blame Jerry, but when you really look at it and you really understand how this team work, it's the Stephen Jones experiments that are the biggest breakdowns to this team, especially the our guys philosophy, or what I call bastards versus sons, where they and I get why they do it. I always got to be fair to them. I understand the long-term wisdom in it. So if you are building a team through your draft, you can control your budgets.
True.
And it allows you to have a contention team, but it also hurts you from being all in. So it's, what I mean? It's a great benefit because all of us, even though we disappointed, we do love the fact that we win in 12 games. You do love that. And so... Right. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things to where I see why you doing it. I just think they get too aggressive with it. Like there are sometimes you got to go with your free agents because they're just better. But when you get so committed to budgets to where you forcing Armstrong over Fowler, right? Now your team is not as good because of your experiment to try to control budgets through the draft.
Yeah. And it's not going to work that way. Let me pick apart the Ravens for a quick second. The Ravens are where they at because they pull the trade for Roquan Smith. They had an identity that they wanted to maintain and obtain, right? Yeah. And they said, okay, in order for us to get that, we like our guys, but we like a better guy, and we can't fall in love with just the ideal that we like our guys when those guys would not give us the fruitions, right? Like the results that we're looking for. So, for example, even the Ravens, their defense, they got a guy by the name of Justin Matabuke, however you say that man's name. He was drafted, but what they did was they added pieces around him. He got 14 sacks for the season from the interior, bro. The last time we had something like that was Jason Hatchard. That was many moons ago, right? But that they made sure that they draft comfortable. Also, they made sure that they made sure that they complement their pieces by going into the trading pools to do that. Right. The other team that did something similar was the 49ers, right? They said that they love the way they run the ball, but it can be better. They're not satisfied with the results that they got. So what they did was they picked up the phone, called Carolina, sent some draft picks over for CMC. He's a force multiplier. They have won about 16 to 17 games to losing only 2 or 3 since they made that acquisition. Why? Because CMC fits the identity of their team. They strengthen their strengths. Whereas the Cowboys, they see something that's working. Instead of strengthening their strengths, they say, okay, we okay with what we got. And they don't pull the trigger. Let me ask you this, though, boss. Mm-hmm. If we just make these 2 moves, we probably be playing this weekend. You make a move to go get a Roquan Smith. You make a move to go get another wide receiver, whatever it may be. Or you make a move to go get another running back to pair up with Tony Pollard, because nobody had the fear of the run, right? So what I'm saying is you don't have to sell the form, but you just got to make a few moves. And the Cowboys don't do that because there's no threat of them losing their jobs above.
And see, Law, this the problem. First of all, is something wrong with you even saying on a team that there's a group that we consider our guys.
True.
Like that means it's another group that you don't. Number one. Number two, Law, I think it's worse than what you said. Wow. A little bit. Just a little bit. And I think we got the ability to fix it, but just a little bit worse.
Okay.
It's not even just, in my opinion, not going to get Raekwon. Cause you right. If we would have got him, bro, we still playing right now. I totally agree. Right I totally agree with you, bro, on that. But even when Will McClay does a good job, right, and go get you what you want. You want a good player for a good price.
Yeah.
And he gets you that. He go give you a Avion Collins.
Okay.
Who only cost $1 million. Now he's already better than Bell. I mean Ball. Already.
Ball. Yeah.
Came out the package better. Could play you some left guard, could play you some right guard. Right?
Okay.
Can play you some tackle. But you force Ball out there. Yeah. Will McClay, he went and got you Rashawn Evans.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So he even did it. He even did it in a way that what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about budgets. It's supposed to be we play our draft guys because it's cheaper and it allows us to be able to stockpile the money. So when one of these guys that we drafted pop out like a Michael Parsons or CeeDee Lamb, we was able to create the budget to continue the stream of good talent. I get it. But when Will McClay still goes and gets you what you want, you're still playing with it. And it makes me say that it's about you trying to build and be right through the draft more than even budgets. It's a signal that it's ego. Because they brought up the fact that he jacked up Jerry against the wall.
Right. Ooh.
I think about that, Law. I do. I think about it that you had to be the only person probably was the only person angry at the acquisition of Dion, bro.
He's the only guy. And here's what I gotta say this.
Say it.
On every contract outside of Trayvon Diggs, maybe just maybe the Terrence Steele contract, the Cowboys lost. And let me say this why.
On the tags?
They lost on the franchise tag, and they lost on the negotiation piece of it too, because they franchise tagged DeMarcus Lawrence twice, and they end up giving him the bag too. And keep in mind, that money you can't prorate stretch out during that time frame, and DeMarcus Lawrence contract cap hit counted more than any player on our team for those stretch of years of 2018, 19, 20, 2021, or what have you. But not just that they lost on that contract collectively. They lost on the Ezekiel Elliott contract. They lost on La'el Collins contract. They absolutely lost on Dak Prescott contract. And we got a few people that's saying in the chat that's saying that Dak Prescott was grossly overpaid, which is in a very much so foolish statement because he was grossly underpaid.
Yeah.
What if I told you this, boss? That the last time Dak Prescott saw the open market was 2016.
Oh my God, bro.
Would you believe it? That was the year he was drafted. See, most people don't understand simple math. They don't understand market. They don't understand how market moves and what set the price of a market. And when I start talking about just the market in general, by Dak Prescott not being able to see the open market for them to ultimately put the franchise tag on him. And then when he gets off the franchise tag, first thing he said, hey, I want what Carson Wentz, Goff, and all of those other quarterbacks got paid because I need to get more because my numbers and my production is better, right? On top of that, when you pay me and run me my money, you definitely can't put no doggone trade clause in there because I got a no trade clause in there. And on top of that, I got a no franchise tag attached to it because I ultimately don't trust y'all like y'all don't trust me. I control their whole destiny now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And guess what? Dak Prescott is still in control, and he got the Joneses, especially Stephen Jones by the short hairs. And whenever he wants something, he can just squeeze it because you're going to buy down to that money, Stephen Jones. He loved the money, and all he got to do is squeeze him. That's what Todd France doing right now. He's squeezing them because you can't put them back on the market, nor can you touch them right now. And you refuse to eat $60 million because he got him by the balls.
He does.
He got him by the balls. And people say, well, Law, well, why don't he do X, Y, and Z? Well, when he was willing to do it, they wasn't willing to pay it.
Oh, you getting into my Kool-Aid, bro. You need to pass the stick on that one.
There you go.
All right. That boy got into my Kool-Aid on that one, bro. And appreciate a good pass. Here we go. Because ain't it funny, man, how you were saying how Dak is the one that's accused of crippling the team, but Stephen Jones has admitted that his biggest mistake was not paying Dak the first time around.
Get him.
So I got the receipts, bro. It's right here, bro. Get him. So ain't it funny that whole time he was being blamed, though? And then in the end, they say it was actually us. We was the one that ran up his price. You know?
Yeah.
It was us. It wasn't him. He just wanted a fair deal. And people forgot. He just wanted to be respected in that deal. They kept giving him offers that was under Goff and under Wentz in total guarantee. So these are guys that he's drafted with. He's a fourth rounder. They first rounders. He outplayed them, and he just wanted his organization to show him the respect of a contract that's going to give him a numeration above his peers. It's just about respect. It's simple. It's almost just like how anybody is, right? At their job. I don't care what you do. Like Kevin Gray is in the building, right? Kevin Gray does a great job on the radio. But Kevin Gray, I guarantee you, is go look at that money
right
for the slot that he's in and say, what are my counterparts getting for these amount of views? Right. And I want what they're getting if they getting more than me, especially if I'm doing a job. And that's the exact same thing Dak was doing. So ain't it funny? Right. Yeah. So now he getting blamed, though. And now it's the second time around. And guess what our fans doing again? They blaming Dak again, bro.
Ooh, and then let's put it in this perspective. What if Kevin Gray had a representative, right, that not just represent Kevin Gray, but represent the other Kevin Grays of the world, right?
Right.
And that representative would say, yo, okay, well, for this Kevin Gray, he gonna take less. Then the other people are gonna be like, man, I don't want that representative. And
facts.
That's Todd France. You know what I'm saying? He ain't finna sit there and be like, I'm a hose
right.
my client because you guys saying that he should. No.
Facts.
I'm gonna be eating beans and rice and beans if I do that. I can't represent nobody no more. Hey man, don't go with Todd France, man. Yeah, he might be a good dude, but man, he gonna side with the owner on this, man. He ain't on your side. No.
Wait. I gotta hit a button. No. I gotta hit a button on this, man. Long cooking, bro. Sometimes you be 3, 2, 1, drop it. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. It's time to do. Man, I'm hit that boy with the yoga flames and everything, bro. Sometimes boys just earn it. God, dog. Whoo, man. Yeah, man. So, but like I said, man, talking about the good news, we are not in a situation where, because we don't have enough draft picks to cover our needs. So his addiction to trying to be right through the draft, you know, it's not enough cocaine to feed you that crack. You know, it's just, so maybe you can go to rehab based on just where we are, you know?
Yeah.
So, Now, it's a couple other things, man, I want to talk about real quick. And this is the perfect question for you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not for you, but what would restore your Kool-Aid?
Oh my goodness, man. All right, so we beat up the Jones family in this front office enough, but what will really restore it is, you had that CBS free agent list. Ooh, did you see that free agent list? If you go to CBS and type in free agent list for 2024, man, it's good. It's a good list, man. But what will restore my faith and trust in this team, and I always will have good faith in this team, believe it or not. I'm just going to be a little rough on the edges a little bit, but we need true linebackers.
Yeah.
I think that back end with our safeties and DBs, I think we are still in good shape with that.
Am I in the right place?
Oh yeah. You click on that list, man. They even give you like the futures, man. Like what money, like the projections. If you go all the way down to the top 50 list,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They give you everything, bro.
Well, let's get it.
Yeah. But I'll say a running back. If you even go scroll all the way down, they give you the age. They give you everything, man. You put me on CBS, bro.
Man, CBS be on it, man. I don't know what. Boys be tripping on that CBS, but CBS be on it, boy. Go ahead, Dolo. You cooking?
On it, man.
Man, you cooking, boy. You cooking, man.
CBS, run that check over there.
Man, run that check to law, man. And Boss Cowboy, man.
Word, man.
Yeah.
But I would say this. All we don't see. Here's the craziest thing. It's not we 12-5. Not like we were 5-12. There were people fail to realize. It's not like we asking for the world. All we asking for is, even if they do bring back Dan Quinn, let's give him some real linebackers, man. Let's give him somebody that's more than 205 pounds out of Marquise Bell, But let's go out here and keep Marquise Bell. I don't think that he's sus or any trash or anything like that. But you can clearly move Marquise Bell to where J-Ron is at, right? And then you can literally go into this draft, but also go into this list right here and get you a true linebacker, man. Look at the running back. You got
Look at that.
Jacobs out there.
Man, what?
Henry.
What?
Look at the age. Yeah. All of those guys are affordable,
Yes.
But look. What can restore everybody is getting a true linebacker, right? And we already know Parsons is going to be Parsons. He's going to podcast and he's going to rush off the edge. Those are things that we do know. So I'm not trying to even putting Parsons in the middle of the field or the edge or whatever. Whatever he want to play, let him play. I'm trying to just bring in a true linebacker. That's all he want to do is run, hit, and talk. You know what I'm saying? Hook to flat. That's what I want. We can find that in the free agency. We can go draft the guy too. What will also restore our hope and trust with everything? Give us a run game. We're looking for solutions, y'all. Sign Henry, bring him in. Bring back Tony Pollard and say, hey, man, we like what you was able to do last year. Hey, salute to you. But we see you as a Nightwing. We see you as a Luigi. We see you as a Robin. We see you as a sidekick. And we're going to have Derrick Henry right here, and he's going to be the 1-2 punch that we need. Or they can go get Josh Jacobs. What's your thoughts on all of this that I'm saying?
Man, I was over here cheating, man. I was over here taking notes, bro. I swear to God, bro. Look,
we can go get a center, man. We're going to need a center, man.
I swear I was over here taking notes, bro. Like, I'm over here loud talking, I'm writing. You feel me? That's what you're supposed to do. You hear me? Loud talking, I'm writing. Well, let me say it. What I'm thinking about what you're saying, bro. One thing that would make me at least pick up the cup. I ain't drinking it. Hold on, wait. Let me make one thing clear too, bro. This is me for all 2024. Look, La.
You big AJ, Photoshop your head right there.
Listen, man, I put the poster child of this campaign I'm on right now, bro. So I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make me at least pick up the Kool-Aid. All right. Number one, I want to see us do what we always do, draft well. But before that, I want to see us be aggressive and free agent Marshall's picks. You with me on that? Go get you some more Gilmore types. Go get you, especially if you do it at running back, because I think that's where we have an opportunity. I think the running back is depressed in terms of market value.
Yeah.
So you can improve your team without going crazy on the budget, and that fits Stephen Jones if he go ahead and embrace it, right?
Ooh-wee.
So we can go out there and improve and not do it in a way that it should scare him. You can do it in this free agency, right? So number one, get you some rebuild through former greats. That's what I call Marshall's free agents or previous greats, right? Do that. But then what I need to see is I need to see them use, Law. I need to see them use. I need to see fair competition with these guys. Yeah. And if I do, then I'm gonna start pouring some water. I'm not gonna drink, I'm gonna just start pouring some water. Number 3, and the main thing I want to see is Dallas win in big signature games.
Okay.
Not just the ones we highly favored, the ones that was circled, like what we did this year. We circled San Fran. We circled Buffalo. We circled Miami. We lost all those games. You see what I'm saying? Now, I start picking up the cup, but I ain't drinking nothing. I'm going to be just like Big. All the way up into the playoffs, I'm not going to give them nothing. Why? Because I also want to see. Now, I'm going to tell you when I'm going to really, truly drink the Kool-Aid. If we going into next year, right, and we hot, and our fans are still not impressed, I'm going to say then we gonna win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Because that sour taste in your mouth. I saw your episode about that when Mike McCarthy was saying that, you know, it was harder to coach when we were successful. You know, I think you was talking along the lines of that. You remember you were saying that?
About, oh, yeah. Well, saying Mike McCarthy, where he said he feared more so success than us getting punched in the mouth. Direct quote.
Yeah, man. It's hard to coach from that angle because at the end of the day, man, we beat up Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, but in their hearts of hearts, they are very optimism. They're very optimistic people.
Right.
They are very optimistic people, man, and they come from not like you and I coming from the bottom, but they came from the bottom from the aspect of they had to borrow, scrape, steal, and get that money to purchase the Cowboys, and for them to do that, you know, and turn that organization to a 9.5 or 9.8 billion dollar baby, man, that it's hard to change their minds on their philosophy and their ways. If you know what I'm coming from. But we are solution talkers, right? And if you want to piss off the fan base real quick, boss, I text you something on your Twitter DM. Okay. You can go in there and pull that up, bro. And I'm talking about this dude did his homework, bro. It's a beautiful visual overlay. I'm gonna try to read it with my hooked on phonic eyes the best way possible. All right, so you see that? Yeah. He got solutions, bro. And in those solutions here, he says, and you probably had to click on the first slide, and I'm gonna go try to read his statement on Twitter. Hold on. All right, so hold on, bear with me. We're building a plane as we fly. That's what we do, y'all. All right, so he says
we did do this on the spot too, for real.
Oh yeah. So my guy Martin Talk Cowboys, he says, here's my free agent mock with extensions, restructions. I opened up $72 million under the cap, so we can pretty much do anything, even trade for wide receiver Buffalo. Diggs, brother, right? I got us with the dogs that we all talked about. And also Marshall signings. And when he said Marshall, I'm like, man, did this Boss Cowboys?
He said Marshalls?
Yeah, he said Marshall signings.
Oh, that is Boss Cowboy. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So he used your word, Marshall signings.
We working together. That's all good. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah. I love it, man. Clyde Edwards Hilaire. I used up $40 million to $72 million for 2024's cap on the offense/defense to win now. He's talking about win now mindset. If we want to go get Chris Jones or Justin Matter a bouquet, from Baltimore instead of DJ Reader. We can do that. So you can do BPA in the draft. I don't think we will have at least 50 million under the cap to really take advantage of not having dead money like years to pass and to be ultra aggressive. So he's also talking about this, and he got the visual slides up there, man. And he said with the free agent signing, look at DJ Reader, 3-year, 48 million, 6-year cap hit. You got Jonathan Hankins, I meant to say, pardon me. 1 year, 2-year deal, 1 million cap hit. Joey Jules, 2 years, 16 million, $4 million cap hit. You can go get Levante David. I do like his skill set. He's 33. He's a long tooth, but this is the thing that you can have him to help groom the young linebacker that you draft in the draft, right? Yeah. Or he can groom Overshown, right? And then he got the free agent offense, man. He got Derrick Henry, 2-year deal for $20 million, $6 million cap hit. He even put Tyron Smith up there for a 1-year deal. Clyde Edwards, I like the way he run. Not as a solo back, but as a dual back, man. Come on, man.
Man, I'm loving this. I gotta jump in it on this, Law. Go ahead, though.
Get in on this, man. Get in on this, man.
First of all, he in the building. That's him right there, Martin Talk Cowboys.
That's him right there?
Yeah, that's him, bro. Yeah, that's him.
Hey, when you jump on my side, I'm going to make you a mod or something, man. I appreciate you, man. Yes, Martin Talk Cowboys, man. That man, give that man a round of applause, man.
Hell yeah. Hey, boy, listen, bro. Cowboy Nation is the best. Hey, what buttons you got over there, Law? We got to hit some buttons on this.
Yeah. I like it.
Man, I like it.
Oh, is he crying? There's nothing we can do. Or is he going out there? He loves the Cowboys, man.
This is what you call solutions, dog.
Solution, Nate.
And see, listen, and let me tell you something. This is the dope thing about it. It's realistic, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing I like about it. He was in the mind of Steven when he did this. He didn't go out there and shop like boss want us to shop. He didn't go to Neiman Marcus. You know what I mean? He went to where we can be a good team, but do it on a value. Man, listen, man. Man, hold on, man. I need some more buttons for this dude. Mark.
Are you not entertained? For glory.
Oh.
Yeah.
And listen, and you can make a few tweaks. Like I would substitute Fowler for Armstrong. You know. But you know, running back, I could add a little bit to his list. But he thinking right.
Baby.
Man, one more time. Let me clap it up, bro. God dog. Oh my Lord.
Wrong button, but it still worked.
Yes. Hey, that button was perfect too, bro. And see, and he did the numbers, bro.
He did the numbers too. He opened up $72 million. So when they talk about, hey, it's the cap. Nope. He did it.
He took all the excuses, bro.
Yeah, he took them away.
And see, that's an excellent presentation, bro. Excellent. Where my button to say good? I need that button. Hold on. Do I have that button up in here, man? Let me see.
Oh, my bad. You can't say that.
That boy got us hitting all kind of buttons, bro. But see, listen, that's my type of dude. Why? He came with solutions. He ain't crying. You know, that get old after a while. Get rid of Jerry. Get rid of Dak. It's okay, man.
Hey, okay, man. Come on. What do you want?
Come on, man. Come on. I know you mad, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna even lie. Y'all call CPS, but I've been hush. Go to your room. They get the run. I'm running for them. I'll be telling them, like, you might as well go ahead and cry, man. I was spitting all over myself, but it's all in my beard, man. Hush! Go to your room. Rigor mortis set in. And then he will try to snitch on me. Daddy was yelling at me yesterday. I'm like, and I'm like, and they gonna run it again. I got.
Oh man, Law, you boy, that's classic, man. That was classic Law right there, bro. Where that cry button, bro?
Hey, hush! Hush! What you just cry for?
Oh man, Law, that's classic, bro. Oh man,
yeah, my boy's carry out.
Man, shout out to Law, man. Oh man, it's all right. Martin, he said, I got tired of people saying Dak taking up all the cap space.
Hey man, hey,
just good job, bro. Good job, and just everybody working together on this. You know, he obviously looked at some of the things I was saying before on the Marshalls, right? Because that's the lane. Also, a lot of teams have won Super Bowls with that Marshall strategy. When Philly won their one Super Bowl, it was because of the Marshalls guys. Think about it. Was Foles a Marshalls? Ajayi? Blunt?
Yep.
Jefferson?
You had bad knees or something. They like, well,
right.
We still take them for a cup of coffee.
Former greats.
Yep.
Former greats. Yeah.
Howie Long, son.
Howie Long. Right. Yeah. Everybody that was key to the Philly Super Bowl was not they draft guys.
Ooh, you preaching that. You preaching.
Yeah. You could also say, yeah.
You know what hit me? Like be real, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't afraid, ain't ashamed. Right now is the best time to go to Marshalls, man.
It is. It is.
Right after Christmas, right after the holiday, right after New Year.
Right.
Right now, that free agent list is the best time, bro, to go in there, go ahead, start telling Derrick Henry,
wrap it up.
Hey, keep the phone by you, man. We gonna be really close by. Keep close by the phone. Right now, it's time to squeeze down, man, on these players, man. Let them know.
Yeah.
Right before the draft, these Marshall sales, man, get you a pair of shoes and a bow tie, man. Right now, man, get you some drawers or something, man. Come on, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Get you some socks and stuff. I get all my church socks from Marshalls, man. They nice. They come out of the packet real good, man. Ain't no shame in my game.
Yeah, and I think we are, bro. I think we are. No, I'm serious. Like, no. I'm serious, bro. Because listen, in my opinion, everybody's saying run it back. Really? Right? See, Jerry and them, in my opinion, and Steven, but more so Jerry. Jerry know he got to give us optimism.
Yeah.
I think it was Kevin Gray who coined the term hopioid. I think he coined that. So hope is a commodity to the Dallas Cowboys. So you didn't give us the hope when you brought back Mike McCarthy. So where you go give us the hope? Free agents.
Yep.
Yeah. I think they go and I think they go have some Stephon Gilmore type signings, some decent names, a little long in the tooth or a little bit flawed, just like a Marshalls. But it's going to be to say, hey, I like what they assembled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. In Marshalls, there's still the polo that you can get, and then there's the polo assassin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With the dude halfway on the horse. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that dude, man.
The polo assassin.
Polos in there, man. Don't get the assassin, man. You know, don't get that dude. They had one polo assassin. You got two guys on the horse. I said, wait a minute, that's broke back polo, assassin horse. Don't get that one, man. Don't get the double back horse.
No, they need to be Marshalls.
It need to be Marshalls, man.
Like legitimate former greats. Like legitimate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Flawed, imperfect.
Yeah.
But, you know, truly a former great, bro. You right.
Yeah,
don't get the what you say, the polo assassin.
The dude falling off the horse, man. Hold on. Yeah. Let me get back on that horse, man. It's two guys. Wait a minute. Two guys and one horse, man. Wait a minute. He don't have the polo stick, you know. He got it on his back, you know, like this. I'm like, nah, man, don't wear those.
Polo
man.
assassin.
And don't wear the one, you know it's fake when they got the polo about 3 or 4 times too big, you know. Don't get that one either, man. They ain't the real polo, man. Polo don't supposed to be that big, man. When it's bigger than the shirt. Don't do that one, y'all. Yeah. And then if you gonna buy some socks or some drawers from Marshall, make sure you gotta rip the plastic out, man. You know, don't have one that's already open. Nobody supposed to wear nobody used drawers now. Come on, man. So that's what I'm saying. So Jerry Jones, John Stephen Jones, listen to Martin talk Cowboys, man. Go in there to that Marshalls, man, and get some good stuff. Take your time.
Nah, he did an excellent job, bro. I mean, excellent job, man. So I want to ask you a question, man, just to just learn from now.
Right.
What are some of the lessons that you're seeing from the teams in the playoffs that Dallas could, you know, do something with?
All right. So like we said, don't be afraid, you know. We got free agency, we got draft, but another part of the acquisition is trade.
Yes.
You got to trade. The 4 teams that's in the playoffs now, I believe they did something dealing with a trade or something dealing with some type of acquisition during the offseason. And you got to allow your coaches to coach, man. I just look at it from that aspect of it. Is Mike McCarthy archaic in his way? Yes. This was his first year calling plays. We get all of that. But at the end of the day, we got to stay tuned to what like these new teams are doing. They in motion. They doing pre-snap motions. They are putting their quarterback in a situation where they run the ball so that he can have open pockets to throw the ball. We looking at it like this. Every position groups matter, bro.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys was avoided of the linebacker crew. I want people to pay attention to the 4 teams that's left. And you can see that all 4 of those teams use and utilize their linebackers. So don't be afraid to utilize your packages, bro. And speaking of that, I got another clip I can send over to you, man.
Man, send over all the clips, bro.
Yeah.
Send it over, and then I'm gonna fit it in the show. You know, I'm gonna need you to stall for me though. We got to.
Oh yeah, I got you, man. You know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We know how to get through that. But see. Man, you brought up them linebackers, bro.
Ooh.
So
you gonna love this one, Dan. Go ahead.
So lessons from the playoffs, and I love what you said. And I also love one thing that I'm seeing that's happening, Law. Everybody know that I truly believe and know that our voice matter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you when our voice really matter, even more, when we all saying the same things at the same time, bro. You see the hat I got on right now?
Yeah. Run the damn ball. Yep.
When you seeing all of us run the ball, stop the run, right? Get the linebackers. Like all of us, Okoye saying it. I saw Scott saying it. I see you saying it. I'm saying it. Landlord saying it. Henny saying it. You know, we all saying it, bro. We saying the same things at the same time without talking to each other neither.
Yeah.
So when you see that, that's a good indication because we putting the right pressure on front office and we all saying it because it's obvious. And then it get better when you hear others say it. Check this out, Law.
All the time. All the time. They will play nickel against regular, because people get regular and they try to make nickel formations. So they just say, well, we just play nickel all the time. Well, look, we played Notre Dame this year, and they played 3 tight ends. And people were still playing nickel, and they got 3 tight ends in the game. I mean, they were getting the line kicked out their ass now, all right, because there's just no way that you could hold up against all them big guys. Now, when we played them, I coached at the Cleveland Browns when Irv Cross, Bavaro, and all these tight ends that the New York Giants had when Parcells was there. And I was coaching with Belichick, and we used to practice against them, and they used to get 3 big guys, 270, 270, 280, in a 3-man wing. Right? And Frank Menenfield would be out there run support. And Bill said, this is not going to work.
He said, Bill Belichick.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah. And he was and Bill Belichick was just looking at the physics, the size difference.
You know what? You and I are so much on the same page. That's the same clip that I sent you.
Oh,
keep going. Keep playing it. Keep playing that clip because
that's crazy, Law. Are you serious, bro?
Yo, yeah, man. Right hand to the man. I literally just sent you that same clip. Because there's 2 important things that we always say in football, and they never change. You got to be able to run the ball, and you got to be able to stop the run.
Yep.
Teams always say we want to stop the run, force teams to pass, because it's nothing like a DB sitting on the route, knowing where that ball gonna be at, knowing that ball got to be at this spot, and you can sit on it, right? And I think that when Green Bay saw us, and once they eliminated the run, they can sit down on routes. Shoot, it's just easy picking for them. Mm-hmm. And the moment that you look at that 49ers game versus Green Bay, the force multiplier in that game, you seen CMC had the ability to run the ball on them. If it wasn't for CMC, I think that they lose that game. Or even if you can talk about this, even if they kick or don't miss the kick, the Green Bay Packers win. But ultimately, it goes over a lot of people's head too. But ultimately, the 49ers were able to run the ball and stop the run. We had no answers against Aaron Jones. And we seen the monster that he was able to be even against the 49ers, right? Had them boys sweating. They was like R. Kelly at an all-girls camp. You know what I'm saying? So they was sweating. Trust me, my brother was sweating. You know, his beard and got shorter now. You know what I'm saying? Or longer. Shorter and longer within the same day. So what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, is that if the Cowboys can just do these 2 things, run the ball, stop the run.
Yep.
Let me ask you this though, boss. How come everybody else need, but the Cowboys the only one say, we can't?
What you mean? I want to make sure I'm with you on that.
Brett Favre, he needed a Dorsey Levens. He needed that defense. To win his Super Bowl in '97, right?
Right.
And he needed Desmond Howard, right? Somebody that can kick return, punt return, run it back, you know. And everybody applaud him. John Elway, he needed Terrell Davis, you know what I'm saying, to be able to run the ball and do crazy things. Even Peyton Manning, he needed Adrian James. Yeah. Although he didn't get a ring with him, but he had Joseph Aday, you know. So everybody else and Kurt Warner needed Marshall Faulk. I don't think the Greatest Show on Turf wouldn't be Greatest Show on Turf without Marshall Faulk. But somehow the Cowboys, we don't need, you know what I'm saying? It's all of, hey, we got to win and put everything on Dak Prescott back. How come, you know, we the only team in the National Football League that don't need, and it's always, I can't.
Man, that's a damn good, man, and we gonna go back to what we was talking about in that defense, but we got to talk about what you just, man, that was a good segue, bro. Man, it's because, in my opinion, a lot of propaganda that's against the Cowboys. And a lot of our fans, in my opinion, fall for it. Like, the doctrine that's being preached is that your quarterback is no good unless he can put the whole team on his back. if your quarterback needs help to just get him over or get the team over, it is interpreted like, well, he's trash. That's what I'm seeing going on. And in my opinion, it's because, and I said this yesterday on the show, it's nothing really wrong with Dak except the unrealistic expectations that's put on him. Because the term carrying a team only started with him. Like, most people understand. Like, look how they talking about Josh Allen right now. They talking about what Josh Allen is missing and who didn't make the play. Right. That's what they're saying right now. Nobody talking about his interceptions. Nobody talking about. Did anybody Law mention Love pivotal interception?
No, nobody talk about that.
Like was it a peep? Like even a peep? No. And guess what? Yeah, the Packers are expected to make Jordan Love the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. But if that would have been Dak, guess what everybody would have been doing? Showing the highlight of that interception and how it cost us.
Right.
So, yeah, and it would be over and over and over and over and over and over. Everybody would see that one play, right?
Yeah.
So, the good news is this, though, Law, is that it's also a lot of people saying what you're saying. And because I'm saying it, put more around that.
Put more, man.
Because this segues perfectly into that question that I asked, right? Lessons from the playoffs. So you started with defense, and we was already starting to go in on those puny linebackers and Dan Quinn, right? But then I want to highlight something because Foots has been a gift that been just given for the last week. He been giving, bro. He been passing out gifts, bro. So we said lessons from the teams in the playoffs. You brought up the defense and the linebackers, right? Every team left in the playoffs outside of Kansas City is committed to running the ball. So the lessons from the playoffs, to your point, is stop putting it and stop preaching the doctrine that if Dak can't do it, then we ain't gonna get it done. We got to shift our thinking. We got to say, hey, man, if they had to help Elway, we need to give Dak more.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. If you had to help Elway, and see, you remember those times.
Yeah.
Who had a bigger arm than Elway?
Who? It was Favre and Elway at the time. You know, what? Elway was considered like the greatest arm. You know.
Yeah.
That time frame. Yeah.
The greatest arm. Yeah, and couldn't get it done.
Couldn't get it done.
And couldn't get it done
by Washington team. You know.
Yeah.
And the Niners back in the day. So yeah, he got beat down, man. And now, even if you go back to that picture that I got on my shared screen right here, what do you see?
Oh,
who wide open?
Yep. Should have took the check down. Right.
Should have took it. You think they gonna be talking about this? No.
Hold on, real quick.
Let that be Dak.
Can you ask that question? Can you ask that question one more time?
Yeah, what do you see right now?
No, you said, do you think they gonna be?
Do you think they're gonna be talking about this right here? 14 wide open?
Oh hell no!
What was the final score, man? Come on, man. You got a guy so wide open, man, that he can take it and run multiple yards from there. And you see those dashes on the field. What do that say? What do that mean right there? Those dashes with a 30 at. You know, what did that mean? What side of the field they on? You see what I'm saying? So people fail to realize just it's the small things, not one quarterback, because all I know is this right here, boss, that there's only one quarterback that lost the game, one quarterback that can't win it all, and that one quarterback is Dak Prescott.
Yeah, can't.
Everybody else can't.
They saying can't.
Can't.
Yeah, That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's crazy, man. And yeah, Jordan Love is not a rookie in the chat. Yes. Appreciate you, Action Power. Thank you for your support too. But it's real things, man, that if you talking about a Hall of Famer with 2 Super Bowl rings he needed Terrell Davis. What the hell Dak Prescott need then? You know what I'm saying? If he needed Terrell Davis, if Troy Aikman needed Emmitt Smith, and if Roger, y'all can let me know who Roger had back there running. I'm talking about Starbuck. You know what I'm saying? If he needed weapons, right? Then what do you think that Dak Prescott needs, man? Yeah. Even if you just do this, you pick Dak Prescott and move him off the team. Do we still need run game? Do we still need linebackers? Do we still need stuff? Yeah, we need interior guys. So take Dak off the team. Yeah, take him off the team and let me know what is needed, man. Come on, OC, help a brother out, man. Appreciate you.
Man, look, I'm going to tell y'all what Dak needs, all right? Dak needs a run game. Dak needs a center that's strong at the point of attack. Dak needs a left and a right tackle that can hold up in protection. That's what Dak needs. If Dak gets these things, he will be able to lead the Cowboys to or close to the promised land.
You got to add one more to it. Dak need middle linebackers that's not 205.
Well, I'm talking about offense. You haven't even let me get to the segue.
I'm talking about the
okay. Yeah, the offense, right? Without that, you don't get to the promised land. But I'm going to tell you something else that regardless of if your linebacker was 185, you know what a linebacker needs? A 1 and a 3 technique that don't get blown off the ball. That's what linebackers need. Since we're talking about needs, we need guys that...
And he paused for the effect. Boy, it's a good day.
Listen, we need some guys that are not experimental tweeners. We need somebody that is not influencing our draft board to get hybrid players. We don't need hybrid players. We need people that can come in and play the position. You know what we need? We need not to waste a first-round pick on somebody that you made lose 40 pounds. He went from 330 to 291. Mozzie Smith, I don't need Mozzie Smith to be 291. I need Mozzie Smith to be 350 in the offseason. That's what I need. Because I need you to come into camp and lose. Listen. I need you to come in camp. I need you to lose some weight. And I need you to be ready to rock and roll and eat up blockers so that whoever we get back there playing linebacker can actually do their job. And so this team needs a real understanding and a revelation, I would say, of that traditional football wins. And I'll stop after this. Traditional football wins, meaning this. You have to be able to simply stop the run in the NFL. You have to be able to stop the run. Furthermore, you have to be able to run the football. If you can do these two things, you have a chance to win.
He ain't lying.
Hey, blue hoodie OC, shoot, y'all better watch out, man. Shoot, normally he have something red on, man. That's the first time I'm seeing. Hey, man, first time you said you were something blue.
Do rag OC, man. What's going on? You
got a skull cap and a hoodie though, right?
Scuddy OC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, blue, man. Shoot.
Come on, what's going on?
Ski Man's OC, man. Shit, he's cooking, man.
Look at this. Look at the yellow boys stick together, Law. See, the brown dudes, we need to come together. We're going to do the rest of the show like this, bro. Law, we doing the rest of the show like this, bro. Because you see how the yellow boys act, man. That's what they do, bro. See, I guarantee you when Dak see OC, he going to be, hey, brother. He going to see me and Law. He going to be like, oh, hey, what's up? You brown guys, you know. I'm messing with you.
You know, here's the thing, though, the OC. When we look at Mozzie, we all know it takes 2 or 3 years. I'm looking at Justin Matabuke. That dude got 14 sacks. I went and look at his rookie year just to be nosy. He only had 1. And then his second year, he only had 2. The third year, he had 6. And then his fourth year, now he had 14 sacks from the interior. And I'm looking at a guy by even the 49ers, Javon Kinlaw, right?
Yeah, he took it 3 years.
It took them 3 years, but they ain't wait for him. They like, man, nah, man.
They ain't wait
around for you. They went and got Javon Hargraves, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and kickstart that thing. So if the Cowboys, so they understood who that they need, you know what I'm saying? They needed interior help. They didn't want to wait around, and they smell. They smell Super Bowl around the corner. And I hate to say that about the 49ers, but they smell it. So what they did was they picked up the phone and said, okay, we will give y'all X, Y, and Z for CMC, right? They will go and pick up the phone this year, and they said, hey, we got CMC last year, but now we're going to pick up Randy Gregory, Chase Young. Just to see if anything can fall out. You know what I'm saying? Because they know how close they are, and they are able to pounce on that ideal. But if they roll up into this game without those pieces, the small things, Detroit will steamroll over them. But guess what Detroit doing? Ooh. They said, oh, snap, we in the conference championship game? Let's pick up the phone and call some wisdom. Tight end. Zach Ertz. They go get a tight end. Oh, it's going to be a brutal game. We need experience out there. And they going to need to run the ball so that what's his name? Jared Goff can make some throws. They know that this is going to be a brutal game. And all the 49ers got to do is hit Goff 1 or 2 times, and then it's over with. So that's why they went out there and got some guys. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and see, it pains me that you saying that, Law. It pains me because he had this opportunity to do what you said 3 years in a row. So I just hope this year, man, that this is a year.
No, boss. I'm sorry. We gonna continue to talk about needs, all right? Because I like the theme that y'all have set forth on this thing.
Before you go about needs, I want to finish this clip, just real quick.
Sorry. Go ahead, boss.
I said, tell me about it. So we match personnel in the NFL. So if they got in 3 tight ends, all right, we had 3 DBs on the field. We put an extra linebacker in the game, and we had a whole package of what we did. We called it Hippo.
Bro, we did that in college, bro. We matched personnel, bro. Like, and it was automatic. We did it every time, bro. If you came out there with 11 personnel with 3 receivers, that's when the nickel package came in, bro. If you came out with 2 tight ends and a running back, we came out there with our base defense, bro, to match what you was doing. And we talking like this new. He talking about they was doing this when him and Belichick was with the Browns. It shows you that Dan Quinn got way too cute, and now everybody finally talking about what we've been talking about in the YouTube community. Hold on.
So we played Hippo against Notre Dame, and they're 3 tight ends. And nothing.
Did nothing.
Because we had big guys against big guys. Now, I still think we could have played regular people against those big, and we still practice regular all the time, because I fear playing against somebody who can run the ball, may get and put a couple 3 tight ends in the game, and you don't have a regular package or a big people package that you can play.
Oh my!
I've always, you got to be able to match personnel. You can't say I'm going to be simple and we're going to play nickel against every. That's just me.
Go ahead, OC. I just want to add that to your context, bro.
Yeah. I mean, look, we need to pick up the phone and sign Ndamukong Suh if he's a free agent, and we were serious about going deep in the playoffs. When we got an injured nose tackle coming back. Okay, and we got nobody else that's proved they could stand up at the point of attack and stop our defense from getting gashed in all the games that he missed. So we just need to pick up the phone. We need to have some experienced veteran free agent guys because you can't draft maturity. To your point, Law, and me and Boss Cowboy have been saying this for a while. Yeah, because it takes 3 years to get that grown man strength. You know, you got that older, younger man strength when you get to the NFL, but you need 3 years of stakes and training and being around guys that's 30 and 33 years old, that bodies and muscles are more mature, for your body to get mature, for you to be strong, for you to compete if you're playing line. The biggest difference from college to pro in terms of linemen is strength. It's strength.
Yep.
It's just raw strength. And it takes time for that to develop. And so, look, we need not to let the wrong people meddle with our draft boards. We need to forget about where you particularly rate. You need to get the needs, the best players for the needs that you have, and stop having the ego that will cause you not to make adjustments and change. Because the bottom line is this: we need to stop being content being a 12-win team, and we need to be discontent with not winning a Super Bowl. And until that happens, which it has not happened yet, because listen, Stephen Jones, Will McClay, pretty much they run the team. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, no disrespect. Jerry Jones is 81 years old, okay?
Yeah.
So if Will McClay and Stephen Jones decide that they want to make changes and they want to change philosophy and they want to be more dynamic and prolific and be extremely aggressive, then that's the way it'll go. If those gentlemen don't really decide that, then it won't go that way. Thus, we have the retention of Mike McCarthy.
Right.
Yeah. I'll stop there.
No, man, you was cooking. I wish you would have kept going. Cause I say this, bro. And then I'm gonna kick it back to you, Law. I don't think, cause a lot of people want to blow up the Dallas Cowboys. I think that's a bad idea to blow up a team that went 12-5 3 years in a row. That's to me, that's not the answer if you're trying to win it all, right? It ain't. To me, it ain't. Let's start over and let's rebuild it 5 years from now. To teams like this, you do got to make some changes and tweaks. So one of the things is, I've been saying this lately, that Dan Quinn is a nerd, right? But the Dallas Cowboys want to run it back with him. So if he comes back, right, and we on that run it back, I think you just got to kind of step in. And I want to turn this over to you, Law, and then UOC. This is a time, though, if he end up coming back, in my opinion, Stephen Jones and Jerry got to step in and say, hey, man, we are not doing the mad scientist experiments. We not doing it. You can count me out. Like, we go get you the guys, but we go get you some traditional guys that have fit the traditional defenses for years. Just like what Saban was saying, right? So, like, what's your thoughts on that, to where sometimes front office does need to step in? Because they did step in on Bones, remember? They stepped in on Bones. Did.
Well, here's the thing. The owner supposed to squeeze down on the general manager, and the general manager squeeze down on the coaches, right? Because that's who oversees the coaches and the evaluations of players, and the coaches actually evaluate the players. So in that process, I know that for a fact that you, OC, and as well as you, Boss, both of y'all are have been or is in a position of management. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how the private sector works with the public sector, but I do know that there's still things that you guys divvy out called performance improvement plans, right? PIPs. And you sit them down and you say, hey, even though you had hit these numbers, which was great or what have you, but I need for you to be here. So I'm going to give you a performance improvement plan, right? And it's just you sitting down and setting out levels of expectations. I think that my guy, Mike McCarthy, he needed to be set down, and somebody need to go over the run game. We seen this happen before the season kicked off, right? Somebody need to talk to Mike McCarthy about his exposure to the run game, so that Mike McCarthy can go back to either Jeff Blasco, Mike Solari, to hand them their performance improvement plans, right? And on top of that, I think that somebody need to sit down Bones Fossil and say, hey, on your special teams, you had a guy that had 5 or 6 penalties. His name is Sam Williams. How is this even possible on special teams, right? And then somebody need to talk to Dan Quinn if he comes back and say, hey, we had a guy that's 205 pounds out there at linebacker. How come you didn't bang on the table for us to bring in somebody bigger? These are the things that I need for you to improve on. Can you guys expound on that? Because size is size. And when you have the right amount of size out there, it's more demoralizing when you destroy somebody with physical brute size opposed to finesse. Facts. If you think I'm lying, look at Joel Embiid. How many points he put up the other night?
70.
70. Size, down low. Just demoralizing, you know what I'm saying? The other kid, he gonna drink some milk, eat his Wheaties, and eat a whole bunch of peanut butter and creatine to get back big, you know, next time he see him. But for right now, hey, it's big boy time now, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, y'all. You know, enough of me, you know. What's your thoughts?
Everybody say it with me. Traditional football wins. You are not going to outsmart fundamentals. Try it in life. You'll lose. Trust me. I know personally on a couple of different equations I'm not going to talk about today. But if you do fundamental things that are erroneous, it's not going to be successful. I don't care how talented, how fast, whatever you want to say. Okay, go back and look. Dan Quinn know better too. He's just trying to be cute. Dan Quinn know better. Dan Quinn trying to be the originator of some concept. That's what I think. Because Dan knows better. Dan coached with the Legion of Boom. That they have 205-pound linebackers.
We saw him do some regular science before. You know what I mean? To your point.
Okay, did we see tweener nose guards?
No.
We saw a real 3 technique. We saw real rush ends. Did we see weird safety, linebackers? Like, you don't even know what to call those guys. You had Earl Thomas back there. You had Tam Chancellor, the enforcer. You had 2 good corners. So, look, traditional football wins. And look, if Dan Quinn comes back, great, more power to him. You know, performance improvement plan, yeah, I can definitely see that. But philosophy shift is what I want to see. Look, let's just do the basic things. Do you know when Bill Parcells was here, the first defensive coordinator, Bill Parcells wanted to run the 3-4 defense, which he ended up running the second year he was here. But that 4-3, he went ahead and told the defensive coach. He said, "Look, you go ahead and run the 4-3, but this next year, I'm telling you now, we running this 3-4, and we're gonna get the personnel keyword to run this 3-4. Same difference. Dan Quinn. They're letting Dan Quinn meddle and make wrong decisions, and he's wasting draft picks. He's wasted draft picks. And all the people that matured and turned into great defensive linemen, linebackers, what have you, they did not come into the league and lose 40 pounds their first year. That's ridiculous, right? They didn't do weird stuff like that. So let's stop with it and let's just stick with the fundamentals and the basics. And besides making this team tougher and you stop being so soft and weak-minded, you know, you have a much greater chance to win. I mean, that's what it is.
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business. Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
And let me just say this before you jump in there again. Write these names down, and then you gonna say dog. Bruce Irvin. Dog. Bobby Wagner. Dog. KJ Wright. Dog. We was hanging on the table for those boys. You know what I'm saying? And then he had in the middle, a dude named Red Bryant. You know what I'm saying? big boy down inside 330 pounds. And then we already know about
why you ain't
Big
hit your
Maybang.
butt low? I know you got that dog butt.
Yeah. They had a big Maybang in there. I'm gonna look up.
Big
how
old
big
Maybang. Big heavy Maybang.
Yeah.
Maybang didn't play nothing but 20 plays. He came out, but he dominated 20 plays.
Yeah, let me see how big he was. Yeah, 334 pounds, man. He was 334, and Red Bryant 335. Man, them big boys, man.
Yes,
real big boys down inside, man. So I don't know where Dan Quinn got this philosophy. Even Tony McDaniel was doggone 305. Everybody was 300. All the interior was 300, and only a small guy was bending on the edge, and whoever else rotated in, Cliff Averill or what have you. And then you had Bruce Irvin, man. Bruce Irvin was a real dog out there, man. Bobby Wine, the real dog. KJ, real dog, man. Shoot, come on, man. Come on, you know better than that.
I like this theory
Dan Quinn know better
by
than
David.
that. Come on.
I like
Richard
David's
Sherman.
theory.
Oh yeah, Sherman.
I like David's theory, man. Dan Quinn was trying to pad his resume. I agree. Yeah, cause see, I'm gonna tell you what I think was going on to David's point.
And flash up on me, boss. I got to get a charge. Flash up on me, bro.
Yeah, you good.
Thank you.
I can see you too.
All right.
Everybody always said what? It's a passing league. It's a passing league. It's a passing league, right? Yeah. So he called himself trying to adapt to the passing league, and then prepare for the avalanche that was coming behind it. Because Foots did a good job of talking about the cycles of football, right?
Okay.
Now we warned about this last year though, because we talked about Mike Marks. Because remember, he came out on 105.3 The Fan, and they was all talking about how he defended Dak and how Dak can get it done. And it was big news to hear a Super Bowl OC talk glowingly about Dak. See, that was something that was big then. But what we highlighted on the final word, how he said something pivotal. He said in the last 10 years, linebackers have been getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And he said, what I would do is I would go get me an H-back and I would go splatter them dudes. You remember he said that, Law?
I remember that, yo.
So Dan Quinn got splattered because he ran into some Mike Markses. You know what I mean? He ran into some guys that was looking at the trends of what was going on, and they got in front of the trend. Dan Quinn was behind the trend and showing out, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, what teams tend to do is that they will find the tape that you lost, and then they will say, okay, all right, this is how you beat them.
Yes.
So when we saw that loss, that L, we
Buffalo.
saw variations of shades of Cardinals, 49ers, and Buffalo. They probably only watched those 3 tapes.
Yeah.
And that's how they played us. So, they splattered us, man. Aaron Jones was probably looking at the tape and said, if James Cook can do that, I'm 2 times better than him, in my opinion. I can do that. And that's why he had the extreme confidence. He had so much confidence, bro, that they said that he was yelling at our cheerleaders, fam. He was yelling at our cheerleaders. Our cheerleaders didn't have no alibi for what he was doing. And they would say, UGLY, we ain't got no alibi.
Yeah. So,
it's ugly. It's ugly. So he been all over them. Yeah, man. Shoot. So at this point, man, I want us next year, whenever we play Green Bay down the line, we need to score a touchdown and find their cheerleaders, man, and get the payback. I'm looking for our leg back, man. Just look at them or something. Take their pom-poms and move around and dance. Get a 5 for us, man. But yeah, you're right, man. They punched us right in our mouths, man.
Yeah, and I think we was behind it. I think it's a combination. I think Dan Quinn, because he was forcing it. And see, think about it. He was in the lights again.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, we saw some of that. And this is what Coach Maul been warning about, Hollywood, Dallas. And that Hollywood will get on some of your best guys. They'll come in with pure intentions, and then you'll get under the lights of Dallas. And now all of a sudden you're in the lights, and then what did they start doing with Kellen Moore when he had some early success? He needs to be a head coach. So what did he start doing? He started showing out. He started showing out, right? Yeah. So then the same thing happened with Dan Quinn. He come in here, football first on his mind. Then everybody, whoo, he's a potential head coach. So let me kind of spruce myself out there. And then that's why he would get out there and talk about, I try things and in preparation for the playoffs. It's like, yeah. See, it's that Hollywood Dallas, bro. It's like what's gonna really save us from this environment, bro? Like,
but let me say this though, bro. I think that the Cowboys is different. It's a different team. We need to abolish interviewing during the playoff time, because when other coaches do it, it don't get on the headline news. Yeah. But when the Cowboys are even considered or bringing in for coaching, it's on the 3-ladder to 4-ladder network. That's true. Tupac, Biggie climbing out of the grave talking about it. Facts. Everybody talking about it. So, and then that bump increases, like you said, that Hollywood nature increases. Yep. Like I hate to say this though, this is the reality though, man. If Beyonce hit the open market, boss, and you know what I'm saying, and you hear she breaking up with Jay-Z and them, and then she give you a call, you might be dating another Swede somewhere. You might be cool with that Swede, but now you might have a plan to date her, go on Friday, but if Beyonce call you on that Thursday, you gonna be like, man, I just got to at least see what she about, You know what I'm saying? I got at least, that's Beyonce now. Hey, I'll be a stepdad for $1 billion, man. Come on, man. I'll be the stepdad. So that's what's going on. This dude had 5 interviews. You think he'll worry about Green Bay? And his wife, Mama Dan Quinn, was probably like, hey, remember last time you got called up for that job, you didn't get it. Make sure you study this time. Did you get the job? Did you get the job? Did you get the job? And he was focused already on Seattle. He was focused already on Chargers. He was focused already on the Panthers. He wasn't thinking about Green Bay, man. He had ain't no way he was thinking about that. Just like you wasn't thinking about that other girl that you had to date on Friday. Beyonce called, Riri called. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. All of them girls start calling now. All of a sudden, you sitting there like, man, I got options now, man. I got options, man.
Wait. I got to hit your bow one more time. Just one more time.
3, 2, 1.
That's cooking.
You're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
My boy with her with Beyonce. I can't fight your that, bro. I can't fight your that.
So what Law described was hypergamy at its worst.
Oh, God.
Hypergamy is monkey branching.
Don't give the game up, OC. Don't give the game, bro. You finna tell the world. Don't tell the world, OC. Some things you gotta save for the brotherhood, brother.
I'm gonna save it for the brotherhood.
Hold it back.
But what I'm gonna say is this. Is that the culture and the marketing engine of the Dallas Cowboys create an environment of such that you are always looking for your next and best opportunity.
Monkey branching.
The culture and the marketing engine of the Dallas Cowboys create an environment where you want to try to make it to Hollywood. And you feel like that this is my opportunity underneath this organization and these shining lights and this marketing genius of Jerry Jones to create the most opportunities, aka the most money I can for myself. Because look, here's the reality of it is, and I want to humanize these coaches because I think it's important. Most of these coaches, they start off, man, being GAs. Like assistants that don't get paid any money working at somebody's college, right? Or high school. Or if they're high school coaches, man, they're making, man, $50,000 or $60,000 a year, man. They travel year to year with uncertainty, right? If their coach, whoever they work for, loses, they get fired. And they're traveling to different cities and states like vagabonds across the country, working for different programs, right? Trying to work their way up. So they finally get a break. They finally get an assistant coach job in the NFL. They're making some good coin now. Then they get a head coaching opportunity. Well, look, it's been 25 years of sacrifice. Them not making money, them moving their families every year, things of that nature to try to make it in this profession. You see what I'm saying? So you got to keep that in mind when you're dealing with coaches and understand why. they put out what they put out. And you know what? If that was me, I might be a little Hollywood too. I ain't saying it's right, but I'm saying if look, you can get you a $25 million contract and you've been struggling for the last 20 of those 25 years, you might go ahead and try to get you that contract. So I just want to say that in context.
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business. Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
The OC, let me say this too. For example, Kellen Moore. He's a young man. With a young man, he got a young wife, he got young kids. And I'm quite sure that when he was interviewing for those jobs last year, I'm talking about last year, he wasn't thinking about the 49ers. He had the Chargers in his bag. So his wife was talking about, did you look at the school district? Did you look at that house? Did you pay attention to this particular questioning? Because we need to know the crime rate. It's the small things. How did you do on the interview? See, people don't contextualize these small things when it's time to interview for those jobs. It's not like they interview for a $40,000 a year job, nor a six-figure. This is a 7 to 8 figure business, man, that they finna interview for. And that not just him, he got to move out there. He got to move his staff, his people that he trusts, his training buddies, and everything else. So that's why it's a pivotal situation. So I would have in contract, I don't know if they can do this in the NFL, but I would have in some type of writing, if you coaching for the Dallas Cowboys, you may not interview until, during the playoff time. Your only time that you can interview or even entertain or pick up the phone is when the season is completely over with, right? Because what happened here is Dallas is different from every other market, man. A cat can walk across the street and star in Frisco, and that will be on headline news. It won't be in any other city but Dallas. And I'm not complaining, y'all. I'm explaining the true fact of the nature that these guys got life-changing opportunities, not just for themselves, but the people that, like my guy OC just lamented. The training guy that was working with him, man, the stretch out person, you know what I'm saying? All of those people, they get the chance to move with a team when they get to another coaching staff. Here's the craziest thing. Somebody like Joe Witt Jr. don't get none of this doggone credit that's happening in the Dallas Cowboys for the last 3 years. What if I told you guys that he is the sole reason why we getting all of these interceptions, these turnovers? Him and Al Harris. Look, Dan Quinn never been a high turnover interception dude. But
whoa. Let me pause you, Law. But hold on, Law. I gotta pause you, bro. I'm sorry. I know I ain't supposed to pause you, but oh my God. Wait. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Hold on, that ain't it. God, dog. Say, man, Law, I have never in my life thought of that, bro. Can you say that one more time, bro? God, dog.
Oh, boy. It was Joe Witt Jr.
Whoa.
It was Joe Witt Jr., right, baby?
Damn.
Look, when Joe Witt Jr. originally got the call to be the defensive coordinator, he had a guy that stood real tall for him, and I think he's in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest Michigan defensive players of all time, won a Heisman. His name is Charles Woodson, right?
Boy.
He coached up Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson said, I will bat for him being a defensive coordinator. I'll bat for him being able to teach a leader of men. He helped me tremendously. And he's been with Mike McCarthy for 10 to 15 years, And on top of that, he comes from a coaching background. Look up Joe Witt Sr., y'all, and let me know what you find on his resume. But what happened here is you get Dan Quinn with his total body of resume, and I'm not taking stuff away from Dan Quinn. But Dan Quinn expertise is on defensive line and up front stuff. That's where his pedigree come from. Al Harris and Joe Witt Jr., those are your secondary. Those are the guys. What's been more talked about on this team? The turnovers, the punch out, the peanut punch, and all of that stuff. So it is what it is. Hey, somebody, man.
Hey, man. God, bro.
Hey, man, he said Charles wants the lies a lot, man. Hey, I feel you. If y'all don't believe it, just look it up, man. I'm not saying that Joe Witt Jr. can walk on water, but what I'm saying is from the standpoint that he interviewed. Can you imagine, boss? Can you imagine the OC? You interviewed for the job first and you didn't get it. Did someone else get it? What you gonna feel like for the next 2-3 years? If you competitive within the mindset, you're gonna be sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna dim my light a little bit. I'm not finna lose the ship. I'm gonna still ride on it, but I'm just as good as him. I should be given the opportunity and the chances too.
God,
Law, you brought up something so profound, and I want to piggyback on your point. It's very profound what you just brought up, man.
Bro.
Y'all put some fires in the chat for Law Nation, man. That was fantastic commentary. And in context of what you said, Law, with what you said, Law, which is so powerful. See, now the truth comes out, Law, because now you mentioned Joe Witt's expertise, Al Harris's expertise. Juxtaposed or compared to Dan Quinn's expertise.
Yes.
Being the front seven.
Yes.
So now I got some more questions because it appears, Law, if what you're saying is true, Law, that Joe Witt and Al Harris succeeded this year and that Dan Quinn failed this year. Because if you look at the performance and the output of that front seven versus the secondary, it is no comparison. If you break the defense apart and you look at who was coaching who and the productivity, it's not a comparison. Interesting. Extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. I'll pause right there. I could go further, but I'll just pause right there.
I'm so proud of Law on that one, bro. That people underestimating how. Wait. I gotta do this. I ain't did this in a while. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Boy, Lauder baby, pull out my button. God, dog. Man, listen. Law, listen. That's so epic what he said because I've been there. You've been there, OC. I know. I know you've been there. Where you are the rainmaker, but somebody else is getting the credit for what you're doing.
Break it down, bro. Break it down.
Like, for instance, I was the #1 sales rep. Everybody heard me talk about that, you know. But under me, I also trained 3 national rookies of the year and 8. All directly under me. But my manager was always getting what? Manager of the year. And I used to always hear him brag. He used to always, when he talked and networked and was selling himself, he would say, I manage Hall of Famers. And you right, Law and OC, when you go really break down, but you right, you got to break it down. You got to say, okay, where is the success of the defense really coming from? You know, what really turned those games, right? It was those turnovers that was coming from the secondary. You right. And then when you drill down into it, you could also see the flaws. Like Scott McCurley. You can see it. Like you can.
And who left the building? And who left the building? Oops, we talking too loud, bro.
Talk to me, love. Unless you can't.
No. George Edwards did leave the building.
Oh, yes.
Break that down.
See.
Ooh, we cooking too hard now, baby. Hey, and what was the weakest link on this team? Ooh.
Yeah.
Come on, Law. Now you're meddling, Law. See, Law, now you're meddling. Law's fully, he's in his bag. He's completely stirring the pot of gumbo. This is Mississippi gumbo with the brown roux and the blue crabs and the dooley sausages and all the good stuff with cornbread. He's meddling.
You can't have a good gumbo without the roux being dog, man. You gotta have that. Oops, I'm talking too loud, man. But that roux gotta be there, bro. That roux. Keep going.
So what you're saying, Law? What you're saying is that the superior man got hated on, but the inferior man that was a favorite of somebody in the building. I'm going to presume possibly that it was your defensive coordinator, in the same way that he brought in Aiden, the defensive line coach, young upstart coaches.
I think Scott McCurley is actually a Mike McCarthy guy.
Yeah. He is
even worse.
Yeah,
even worse.
It's even worse. Bro.
Even worse.
It's worse
because Mike McCarthy's not a defensive coach.
Hey, let me give you the proof of what both of y'all are saying. I'm gonna give y'all the proof. I'm gonna give y'all the proof, bro. Y'all know I be investigating this stuff.
Okay.
So, OC, you hire a lot of people before. What would you say on a resume that you figured was embellished? What would you say about that person?
If their resume was embellished?
Yeah.
That you can't trust them, you shouldn't hire them.
Okay.
If their resume was embellished, if it was lies on their resume.
Let's look at Scott McCurley's resume.
Okay.
According to Dallas.com. McCurley's second season with the Cowboys linebacker was highlighted by 2021 first round selection Micah Parsons out of Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an embellishment? Yes!
So he picked Micah.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons. Come on.
You give him McCurley credit.
McCurley credit on.
Like he was in the draft room. Get Micah Parsons. Get Micah. And we know that wasn't the case because who was actually the linebackers coach?
Break it down.
Let me keep going. Let me keep going about these resumes and these embellishments. All right, hold on real quick. Let me go back. Somebody say copy and paste it from George Edwards' resume. That's what this is. Bro, listen, I gotta say it for what it is. That's what this is. This is a copy and paste of George Edwards to Law's point. Boy, Law, you got nasty at the. Look at this. In his first year, Law already started laughing, bro.
Go ahead and read it.
Law already started laughing. Should I hit the button before I read it? No, I'm gonna read it, then I'm gonna hit the button. In his first year with the Dallas as the linebackers coach.
Let me hit him with this one then.
Gosh, something wrong here.
Something wrong here.
Go ahead and read.
Something is wrong here. And this is on Dallas.com, bro.
This down, Dallas Cowboys. Come
Take
on, man.
this down. What are we doing? In his first year with Dallas as the linebackers coach in 2020, McCurley helped Jalen Smith finish with. What?
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Man, this dude got me bringing out all my butts, bro.
hey, boss. Read the top of that third paragraph as a defensive assistant in 2018.
Oh God.
Finish reading.
Oh God. As a defensive assistant in 2018, the Packers unit produced 44 sacks to tie for 8th in the NFL, and they were the most since the 2013 team. Also recorded 44 quarterback takedowns.
They giving him credit for the whole defense's play, and he was a GA. I'm sorry, no offense. I'm sorry. He was an assistant. What did he do? How did he make them get sacks? Was he a defensive line coach? No offense, man. I ain't trying to hate on you, bro. I hope you are successful. I'm just saying. I I don't understand. I don't understand. So
I'm sorry, OC, bro.
So you know it's an issue. Look, you know it's an issue when you got to generalize your resume and you talk about the whole units and team statistics.
Oh!
you know, me and my sperms, me and my other sperm buddies, we did real good. But I was the one. I didn't make it. I got left out, but we did pretty good. 10 of us all got there. But my buddy Jason, he got in. Now Jason's alive. Sorry, the rest of us are dead. I mean, what is this? I mean, I don't understand.
Parsons said, "Yeah, I like to credit Scott McCurley, man. Hey, he's a hard-nosed coach. The players don't even bring him up. Now you know good and well. Now they brought up the other spoon.
George Edwards. They brought up George Edwards. Sure did.
And blah blah blah. Even Edwards, they got him on video, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, hey, you gonna have to chill out. And then on one video, Michael Parsons fought it, and he said, man, aren't you out your goddamn mind? Ain't no way McCurley is even having that rapport with any of those linebackers, man. Next time, I'm gonna do y'all solid, dog. Next time I see any of these linebackers, I'm pulling to the side and say, hey, man, I heard that McCurley had y'all sweating out there in practice, man. I know McCurley be putting that pressure on y'all. And I'm gonna squeeze it out of him. Watch. That's gonna be my mission. I'm gonna put it on camera. I'm gonna see what these players say. I'm gonna see what they say. Yeah.
I say I ain't even know this. Shout out to Jackie, man. Look at that, bro. George, I didn't even know he went to Baltimore, bro.
He go to the Buccaneers?
No, to the Ravens.
He with the Ravens?
The Ravens.
Are you sure?
He's with the Ravens.
He with the Ravens.
He's winning the buck. I thought he was with the Ravens.
Double check that. I just want to make sure because
I'm gonna double check. I'll double check. I'll double check. I'll put a pause on that. I'll double check. I'll double check later. I'll put it out on X.
Oh God, dog.
Yeah. Stephen Mack said he with the Bucks though. He went to the Bucks.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, they did better than we did.
Yeah.
They got better linebackers than we had.
I was finna be so mad. Ooh, y'all was finna me go crazy. I was going.
Oh, boy, you about to lose your stuff,
man. I took my headsets off and everything, boy. I swear I was boy.
I remember him getting to the Bucks, man.
Man, all right. So, hey, this ain't my final word, but this is close to it. I think we can kind of sum up what the major problems with the Dallas Cowboys are. It's the same
cronyism,
thing.
Nepotism, cronyism. One of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a science word, it's experiments, you know what I mean? Which is still what you're saying, the nepotism, the isms, and it's the isms. That's what's getting us. Yeah. Draft picks versus free agents. Experiments with little linebackers, right? Versus traditional linebackers. Yeah. Experiments like, let's go with our guy. It's an experiment. Let's promote him. I think he's ready for the job. Even though you had like a killer in the building. It's that they respect it. So if we sum up a week after the loss, or is it 2 weeks? Is it a week or two? Is it a week? Anyway,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm losing track of time. There's one thing that the Dallas Cowboys to me needed to do before we get into these super chats is get back to normal science, man. Stop all the just get back to them. That should have been my final word. I should have said that.
Yeah, well, it's all good.
We'll get to the super chats. You want to get yours first? La?
I gotta do one thing. I want to pull it up because I like to keep receipts, man. Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I got one thing I want to pull up. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. I'm gonna read it out to y'all. Can you see that?
Hold on, real quick.
Charles Wilson.
Just give me 1 second, man. I've been watching how this dude been coming at us. Kick this dude out, bro. I'm sick of him.
Who that?
This dude named T. Foster. I'm just sick of him. Like he say, "Law, but you kiss his ass." It's like he been taking shots at you and us and just constantly. Like, just start your YouTube channel, bro. If you really feel like you can do what Law is doing or what I'm doing, and all you gonna do is just negative and critique everything and just say, man, I'm
trying to figure out who I'm kissing though. You know, like I'm trying to hear him out. Like
I'm just,
like it is what it is. Like,
I'm gonna let you rock for a minute, bro. But once I just see that the only thing that you want to do is just hate on the YouTubers, bro, you're not gonna be in my space. You can go to somebody else's space. Yeah, shoot him, please. Thank you, shooters. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
Yeah. This Charles Woodson, man, he says, I 100% wholeheartedly vouch for Joe Witt Jr. from any team out there needing to fill in their staff. He's a great teacher, a great coach. The player can trust, and hard to find that combo. 100 NFL, ESPN. Now, I don't know if that's just him vouching for Joe Witt Jr., but that's just a positive word, man, that he's trying to put out there for him. And he also credited him for training him. And even though Charles Woodson was already great, I'm just trying to put that out there that, he know more football than us. I'm talking about from a defensive
That's him
perspective.
with Woodson right there.
Yeah. That's him and Woodson. So I'm not saying that Joe Witt Jr. will be the next killer defensive great mind out there, but he comes from that background and that mindset, and I think that he would do a perfect job for this team. And then keep in mind, as much as he grow and excel and do great things, we get something back in return for that new Rooney Rule. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? You fool around and elevate one of those boys, man, on your team, you get a 3rd round draft pick and beyond. So I'm just looking at it like that, y'all. I get it. A lot of people get angry and upset at us for being critiquing the Cowboys, objectively speaking about the Cowboys. And a lot of people come to channels for only doom and gloom, and they hold on to every word that we say, boss, right? But I always tell them, like, look, my mind is not a solid mind. It's going to be changing here and there, but it never be wishy-washy. It never be one of those wee-woo things, Boss Cowboy and the OC. We have every right to put on analytical hats, and we have every right to put on our fan hat. We are content creators. We create the content. We do. We create the content. And people watch and they listen. And the 3-letter, 4-letter network, if you think they're not, what you think they're doing on the side? They got YouTube pages now. You know what I'm saying? Club Shay Shay, Club After Dark, and all of this stuff. Shay and Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith with their hairline way back to the civil rights movement. So they all doing this right now, They all try to jump into this particular space because y'all gonna get the real. If we don't like what Jerry Jones is doing, we're going to call him out. Yep. And then when he do something great, what we going to do? We're going to call him out.
Yeah.
That was a great deal that they did last year for get Brandon Cooks in the building and Stephon Gilmore.
We applauded it.
We applaud that.
Yep.
But what we're saying is that, hey, if we got to this point with 12-5 for doing that, then we need to do a little bit more, man. And if you look at the 4 teams that are remaining, everybody on those teams are not homegrown. They went and moved some stuff to get there,
Yeah.
So we need to do the exact same thing if we want to get to where these teams are at next season. We got to make some movement, and we got to continue to apply the pressure.
Let me go back to what you were saying on Joe Witt, man. And again, great job on that, bro. Great job on breaking down the real value of what's sitting in front of us. Good job on that, Law, because even to kind of back you on the point on Woodson, he should take a lot of credit for the restoration of Woodson.
Yep.
He should. People got to remember what was happening and why Woodson was in Green Bay. He wasn't in Green Bay because he was considered to be amazing. He was in Green Bay because it was the only place that he was able to go.
Yep.
Yeah, people forgot that he was almost out the league before he was restored by Witt. Yeah, I remember that. And it was under Witt. Yeah.
My bad. I ain't trying to pull negative on that dude. But yeah. Keep going. My bad.
Yeah, and then he had some injury issues too, right? Yep. He did. It was and you know what happens when you hit a low point, right? Yep. And you injured, people forget about you. They like, what did they do with Odell Beckham? Oh, he ain't no good. Oh, we don't want him in Dallas. Oh, he trash in Dallas. Then he went up there and he helped the Rams win a Super Bowl, and then he was all we was talking about the year after. You know what I'm saying? That's all we was talking about when he became available. But a year earlier, nobody in Dallas wanted him. So that's what actually happened with Woodson. You know, just to add to your point, you know. And that's why that endorsement of him being who he is to Woodson, man, Law, you sold me like I'm all in on Witt now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, bye Dan Quinn. I don't want you no more. I want Joe Witt. For real. Yeah, that's who need to be the DQ. Yeah. Yeah, man. For real.
Go get it.
Joe Witt need to be the DQ. He's perfect. Why? First of all, Dan Quinn recruited him. No, I'm sorry. Mike McCarthy wanted him. Mike McCarthy wanted him.
Part of that Don Capers regime, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, way back in those days. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And when he came, you felt his effect immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good point, Law. Let me get to these super chats. You got some more over there? Let me get to these.
Let me see if I got. I don't think I got any today. Let me see.
Okay.
I got a few.
Okay, so Ken Q Dog said Ken Norton Jr. is a heck of a linebacker coach. I agree. I would love that pick. Good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I love that. That would also bring some attitude and toughness to this team and history for sure. And then my boss said, "Damn, Law just opened my third eye." For real, bro. For real. Hey, man, say Law.
Hey, come on with it.
This not a super chat, but I want to say this. He said, "Boss, remember when Belichick ran down the whole team and said Quinn's scheme was unusual?" Yup. Yup, sure did. Yeah, because he was specifically talking about how they had Curse and LV playing on the LOS. And he was like, and that's unusual.
Yeah, I mean, it is, man.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
It's unnatural. Allegiance.
So it did. He say 5 Green Bay and 5 teams have a Super Bowl since 2016.
Wow. Yeah.
And then he say CD needs comp in the wide receiver room. Ooh, I love this comment. Ooh, I agree. That's one of the reasons to why I'm also for us potentially taking a talented wide receiver in the first, because it's gonna probably be one. It's probably gonna be a real good one. Yeah, I think we need to add some options. You know, I'll talk about that later in the offseason. But Gregory Westmoreland, he said Brian is right. This is the epitome of foolishness and hubris. Epitome. My bad. He said, "A foolishness," and he said, "Hubris. Your leverage of a career. You leverage the career of your QB and coach on one season, but won't call in. That's borderline incompetence, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Good super chat. All right, that's all my super chats. What you got over the Law? Then we get
Darian Posey, man. He says, I would take a Temu player instead of Wish as well. You know, I guess he was saying a wishing of a well, like wishing for a player. He'd take a TEMU player. So whatever that may means, man, shout out to you, Posey, and we thank you for your $2 support. Action Powell says, for the $2 support, says, Law Shango said it is best player. Let me see, read this again. Law in Shango said it best. Play that video. Oh, okay. Shango going ham. Shango was going ham on it. AJ Meadow says, welcome to the gold level. Appreciate you, AJ. Thank you for being on the gold levels support line for your mind, man. I appreciate everybody, man, for commenting. I thank y'all for y'all support. Hey, man, we don't like this team. We love this team, and we want this team to bring us a ring. But we're going to shoot ideals out there and see what can stick. These guys, they do listen. You know who listens to our show? I'm going to say this again. Not Jerry, not Steven, but them grandkids, they love us, bro. Them younger ones, Boss, them younger ones loving this OC. They all
Yeah.
hip, man. They oh, Law, that's Law. I'm like, man, ain't that the grandson of whatever, Jones? They know us, man. They listen to this show, bro. They hip, bro, for real.
I believe it. And I appreciate them.
Yeah.
And you know why I say that?
Mm-hmm.
I say I appreciate them because you can see that they've been getting them ideas in the building.
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody influential listening. It's just what it is. It's somebody that cares about the Cowboys. Because if you listen to the final word, you listen to Law Nation, you listen to the OC, as honest as we keep it and you still supporting us, that's because you want the truth. And it's somebody that want to hear, like, even if we not right, people know we mean well, So I've always said the same thing too, Law. I say it got to be one of them grandkids listening, man, because because stuff we've been saying, it get implemented like that week,
Yeah.
So, but it's one of them things that's another reason why I definitely take what I'm doing serious, and I know you take what you doing serious, Law and OC, because I know our voice matter. I know it. You know what I mean? So it's like, now take your ideas serious. And when I debate and we debate, it's serious. It's not a game. It's like, I know me and the OC, we hit buttons and all that, and they be cute and all that. You see the verses. That's fun. That's cute. But at the end of the day, we're serious. We're serious. It's like, now we trying to get down to what the real solution is. Every now and then you got to fight through that. You got to fight through ideas. It been times I had to say, OC, you was right, bro. You was right. Law, you was right. You know what I mean? Big. I thought but after watching it play out, yeah, Spicy Dak was the best thing for the season. You know what I mean? That was the best thing for this offense. And OC beat the ground on that. He was like, bruh, they need to take the governor off Dak. Take it off. And this offense go take off. And I was like, nah, bro. Like, nah. Let's just fix the red zone. But the OC was right. So we're gonna do that on the final word, man. We're gonna try to do it from a pure place. And the one thing the OC and I agreed on to start the channel, we said one philosophy that we go rock with forever is that the best idea win. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about the idea. We go fight through it, but when it come down to it, like for example, you go hear me talking like Law going forward about Joe Witt. Because it was the best idea. He sold it. It was a perfect case. And he was like, look at it. Look at the production. When did the interceptions really go up? And go look at the history of Dan Quinn versus him when it come down to taking the balls and the techniques that been getting us the ball. So guess what I'm going to be doing now? I'm going to be saying the same things because it was the best idea. So we can get into our final words.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Cowboys, once again, disappointing season. I'm still disappointed. I'm still a little butthurt about what happened in that game. I'm not going to even lie. I guess I'm one of those dudes, man. It takes me a minute to get over a loss. But the Cowboys have a chance to try to right the wrongs by making off-season moves and being more aggressive first, and then the draft. The Cowboys historically have drafted well. I believe the governor that Boss Cowboy spoke about, that I talked about taking off of Dak Prescott, we need to put a governor around the influence of Dan Quinn if he's still around for this draft. Don't let him go crazy. Reel him in.
Yes.
And let's just make sound, fundamental football decisions. Everybody say it with me. Foundational football wins. Traditional football is what I said earlier, always wins. And you're never going to get away from it. The teams that you have playing in the Final Four right now, trying to go to the Super Bowl, are all fundamentally sound football teams. They're not perfect either. They're not perfect, but they're fundamentally sound. These guys block, these guys tackle. All these teams can run the ball. All these teams have some type of reasonable chance to stop the run game of the other team. That's my final word.
So, My boy, Mr. McDonald say y'all wasting y'all time. They are not changing. So I would say it's my final word. I said this before. I'm gonna have to repeat this. Don't give up. And the main reason I say don't give up, because we all got reasons to be upset. We do. We got a lot of reasons to be upset, you know. But on some of this, we being played, y'all. On some of this, we are being played. Some of y'all anger is based on the negatives that just keep pounding you. You have been basically told that you are a failure when you are a winner. I'm gonna say that again, bro. You are being told constantly that you are a failure when you are a winner. See, only in this environment can a team like Philly with one funky Super Bowl literally stick their chest out like they on our level. You know why? Because they able to try to set the parameters. You will never debate anybody from Philly without them saying since 2000 or since 1996. They won't talk about the whole majesty and history of who we are and how we've built multiple times championships. That's who we really are. But see, we are the team that when somebody keep telling you over and over, it's been 20 years, it's been 28 years, it's been 29 years, guess what you start doing? You start counting up. You start counting up like them. It's been 28 years, boss. Law. It's been 28 years. Oh, see, it's been 28 years. Have anybody counted Buffalo? When's the last time they won a Super Bowl? Oh, guess what they get to do though? They get to parade around. Bills Mafia. Well, who you mafiaing? Who? What? Well, how? But any countdowns on them, Law? Any count ups? Anybody counting on them? So what you end up being is you end up being like this, where you say, y'all wasting y'all time.
Yeah.
And we can show you over and over and over how, no, our voices do matter. We not wasting our time. The ideas, we saw the ideas of what Law was talking about with Micah Parsons get implemented quickly. Huh? We start talking about they need to throw it to them running backs, and we saw it happen that week.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if you listening to the noise, you'll end up being like, I quit. And let me tell you the problem with quitting, and then I'm done. This the problem with quitting. First of all, it doesn't allow you to enjoy it when we finally do it. You have to sit outside. See, those who publicly stayed down, up and down, thick and thin, wins and losses, pain and sorrow, but we stayed with it. When we finally get over the hump, our tears gonna be so much better than yours. You know what I mean? Our excitement and our happiness gonna be so much better than yours. They robbed you of that if they make you give up. But the biggest thing I say why not to give up is what it does to your mind. I'm gonna keep saying this over and over. Whenever you give up, the one thing that happens is your mind stops being creative to try to get solutions. Yeah. See, we didn't talk about just problems tonight. We talked about how to solve it. We didn't just say, Dan Quinn, he's a mad scientist. What did the OC say? Well, we need to put a governor on, a solution, right? You know, we didn't just talk about bastards versus sons. We talked about, hey, this year, you ain't going to be able to do that. Why? You don't have enough draft picks, right? We telling you the solutions because our minds are still working on how to fix it. We didn't just talk about get rid of Dak. We start talking about look at history and what pulled other great quarterbacks over the hump. We gave you real examples. We brought up Elway, right? and showed you historically from a solution that yes, there is a way to do it, even if you feel like Dak isn't perfect. It's a way to do it. But the reason why we coming up with solution after solution after solution is because we didn't quit. So I say don't quit. And don't quit just because you don't want to be a quitter. Don't quit because we need everybody thinking together, working together. Because look at it. We are powerful, extremely powerful when you got a Okoye saying the main things we got to do: run the ball, stop the run. Law saying we need to get some running backs in here and some linebackers. OC saying we need to get some running backs in here and some linebackers. I'm over here wearing West Coast hat, and it's not even my brand because it's not even about that. It's about the ideal itself, not about who getting credit. So don't give up because we need all of y'all voices, and you won't think good if you quit. That's my final word.
No doubt. And I wanted to pull this up about what you were saying, the longest droughts. And of course, right now, the Bills going to be 58. The Lions have every opportunity to not be 66, right? And the San Francisco got every opportunity not to be 29 years. Okay. Y'all see that right there? Come on with it, man. But people will argue with you that that why not us? This can't be us right here. But in the actuality of it, man, this can be us if we make the small movements. We don't have to do full wholesale changes. Right now, we can't do many things due to contracts, but Martin talked Cowboys. He came up with a solution.
Did.
The OC came up with a solution. You came up with a solution, boss. Yep. I came up with a solution, and I'm not saying for a lot. Get you a running back to pair up with Tony. Bring Tony back.
Yep.
I'm not saying that Marquise Bell is trash.
Right.
Can y'all imagine now he's going into his third year, but technically this will be his second year playing at linebacker. And if he can gain about 10 to maybe 15 more pounds, he'll be even better than what he did last season or this season, technically. But you got to go in there and make an acquisition deal to bring in somebody with football pedigree. And if Dan Quinn leaves, Joe Witt Jr. can become a defensive coordinator here. He had the backing of Charles Woodson. I guarantee you, in Oxnard and all through training camp, you see Charles Woodson on the sideline helping his buddy out, trying to div up and coach up Diggs.
Yeah.
Trying to coach up and divvy up and help out Bland. Y'all think that Diggs and Bland is by chance? Y'all think that's by accident? Them guys are getting great coaching. I was out there. I saw with my natural eyes Joe Witt and Al Harris working with those boys, holding those guys accountable.
Man.
And those are things, that's why I appreciate you guys back in the nation so that we can go out there and get you guys the real, so it won't be third and fifth party information and sixth party information being watered down. You get it from me first, live out there. With none of that wee-woo sauce, right?
Man, I gotta hit the button.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee-woo.
None of that stuff, man. Y'all getting the real deal stuff, man. So even though we may not get a chance to lift up that Lombardi trophy for the 2023-2024 season, but I can tell you right now that from y'all watching and supporting the nation, y'all at least get the real stuff. And y'all know where our heart's at, man. That's my final word. As long as y'all know where our heart's at, man. We can be angry, we can be upset about this team outcome, but at the end of the day, y'all know that Boss Cowboy Sports, the OC and Law Nation, we in Big Game James, we gave y'all everything. We didn't give up 27-0. We didn't give up 27-7 out there. We gave y'all 110% of our hard-earned time, in our minds. Come on with it, man. Shit, that's what we did. That's my final word, bro.
There it is. There it is. That's the final word.
And Mozzie Smith, hook up with me, bro. I got you for a steak dinner, man. You shouldn't lose no more weight.
T-bone.
Yeah.
Tomahawk.
Get you a rib out, bro. Get your rib out.
My boy say, on the way out, he said, as Foot say, those championships was my dad's. I'm 38 and witnessed nothing. I'm tired of it. Those championships are still your championships, bro. I just want to tell you that. They are. Yeah, man. We just want new ones, bro. But those
the Eagles 57 years.
Yeah. Don't throw away your history because you mad at now, bro. For real. Alright? Don't throw away your history. That still is a motivation factor of who we are.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still sit and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it
too legit.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.